Good morning, everybody. So it's Laura here from Laura Cully Hypnotherapy, and I want to talk to you today about 3 ways to deal with the stresses of running a small business. And I work with quite a few people who are either sole traders, they're working on their own, or maybe just employ 1 or 2 people. And I think the thing that's been coming up a lot, especially for those people who are working on their own, so I work with a lot of therapists, people who maybe create something, make something and sell it, and a lot of things that come up, it's just that feeling of chaos, that you're trying to be so many different things to so many people, which can be really, really hard. So, you have your product, you have your service, and you have all faith in that, you absolutely love it, it's your passion. But then it's right, how do I market this to people? And you're doing all the marketing, all the sales yourself. You're having to deal with all the finances yourself. You're also kind of front of house, so you're the face of your business. And trying to wear all those different hats can be really, really difficult, can't it? So I want to just talk today about what you can do to maybe become more resilient, and 3 ways that you can lower some of those stresses, especially when things go wrong and you get those knockbacks and you realise that things are not as easy as you thought they might be. So it can be quite lonely, especially if you're working on your own. So networking is always a really great idea, or teaming up with other people who run a similar business, just so that you can share ideas. Because it's really, really easy when you're working on your own, and when something goes wrong or things just aren't going the way that you want them to really get stuck in your own head and get into that loop of worrying, am I good enough? And that imposter syndrome sets in. Oh, perhaps my product's not good enough, perhaps my service isn't good enough, I'm not as qualified as other people, maybe I need more qualifications, maybe I'm just not as good as I thought I was. And it's easy, isn't it, to get into that loop and start to doubt everything, and it can just really, really wreck your confidence. So maybe the market fluctuates, things change all the time. Maybe you made a mistake somewhere, it could be with your accounting, or your marketing's just not working, and you start to wonder, well, maybe I'm just not good enough, or you feel that you're good enough and you're wondering why people just aren't coming forward. It's very, very easy when it is your passion, when it is something that you've made, that you've put your heart and soul into, to take it very personally. Or if you're providing a service that you're passionate about, and maybe you know that you're good at it, and it's so easy, isn't it, to start to take it personally. You become the business is you, and so any knockback can really, really knock you off your feet, can really ruin your confidence. So how can you start to overcome it? So I'm just going to talk quickly about 3 tips. So the first one is just to accept. So if something's going wrong, or if something's not working, accept it, look at it. Don't feel stuck in a particular way. Even if you've been in business for years doing things a certain way, and you start to find that perhaps it's not working, maybe you've had a bad review, or your marketing's just not working, you're just not getting the clients or the customers that you were. Well, maybe things are changing and you need to update the way you do things. So first of all, just accept it. If you've made a mistake, if you did do something wrong and you thought, yeah, perhaps I could have handled that better, accept it first of all, and don't take it personally. This is not you, this is something outside of you. So, you are not just that product or just that service. So kind of move it outside of yourself. Don't take everything to heart, especially if it is a complaint or something like that. So just look at what went wrong, accept it, and then begin to think about the ways that you can change it. So the first one is acceptance. So secondly, be kind to yourself. So if you've accepted it and you've looked at what's happening, but you've still got that little critical voice in your head that's telling you, I knew we were no good at this. I knew I shouldn't have done this. I should have just gone and got a proper job. All that stuff. Think about what you're saying. Look at those words that you're saying to yourself. And just stop. Be kind to yourself. Look at all the positive things that you've done. Look at all the people that you've helped, or the people that are really pleased with the product that you've provided. And just stop over-analysing everything. And if you need to, then take time out, step away from things for a little while, clear your mind so that you can come back to it and look at it more clearly. So that's number 2, is just be kind to yourself. And number 3 then is to move on. So keep that idea of where you want your business to go. What was the dream when you started out? What did you want from this? What did you imagine in a few years' time? Just keep that idea in your head. And we do something in hypnosis. I do this with my clients, where we just imagine going forward either a year or 5 years into the future and stepping into that world. So what do you want your life to look like? What do you want your business to look like? Get it really, really clear in your head. Keep that goal in mind and just keep working towards it, because obstacles will come up. You will get these little mountains to climb in the way. You will have problems, and it's easy to think, oh, I'm failing and I maybe need to go and do something else. But don't throw in the towel. Look at the processes. It's not you. It's maybe something wrong with one of your processes, and that's what needs changing. It's not you. So keep that vision in mind. And another thing I ask my clients to do is imagine that they are a year or 5 years or however long, we decide on a time period in the future. And imagine that you're there and everything is going really, really well. And write a letter to somebody that you haven't seen for a long, long time. And just describe the way things are going so brilliantly for you. And it really helps you to clarify what you want. So keep that goal in mind and just keep moving forward. And remember that every mistake is a chance to learn. Things will go wrong. See it as a chance to learn. Look at it. Now, was it a mistake that you made? Was it something that you did wrong? Can you change it? Or was it just somebody else being unreasonable and you need to just move that to one side, focus on the next customer or the next client? Okay, so there's just a few little tips for you. So I would love to know if you've got your own tips. Please do put them in the comments if you run your own business and maybe you have been doing this for years and you've found ways of kind of becoming more resilient and keeping that end goal in mind. So please do share your tips with us, won't you? So thank you very much for listening. I will put a comment down below and I'll just put my details there. So if you want to come and talk about some of these things, I'm not a business coach. I don't help with the practical side of things. I help with what's going on inside you. So helping you to just become more resilient, helping you to build your confidence, to stop that negative voice and do all those things. So if you're interested in coming along and having a free 45-minute chat, just if you feel that you need some help with this, and we'll talk about how I might be able to help you. So have a really good day, everybody. Take care, and I will be back to speak to you soon.